want to use?
Well, Robert Earl Dean, we got a great interview today. Who do we
Yes.
got with us, brother?
We have this young man who hails from the San Diego County area. He is a entrepreneur, and he is a man of God, and he has stepped out to do his own thing, and I think it's commendable, and I think it's awesome. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, that's all over the world, we're introducing to you right here on God Radio 1, Mr. Clinton Gorham.
What?
Good morning.
Okay, I'm going to start off just right
Start,
off the bat.
start off.
I'm going to let you have it early. Now, I want everybody to know, when I first met this brother, I said, I actually went up to him and asked him the question, how long does it take you to get your beard as perfect as it is? Because I have never in life met a person that beard is so perfect. So can you just give us your beard routine this morning as we start off, sir?
Okay, so basically every morning when I take a shower, I condition my beard every single day. And then I blow dry it out so I can get its full length. And I put beard oil, beard balm, just to make sure that it's hydrated. So yeah, every day.
Man, the first time I met you, you got out of a car and the sunlight hit your beard and it looked
Oh
like
yeah.
it had glitter in it. I was like,
Yeah.
who is this brother right
It
here?
was glistening.
Now,
That's called glistening.
I didn't know if you could sing or anything. All I know is the first presentation was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I was good with you. So, first of all, welcome to the Wake Up Morning Show. This right here is our brother. This is not somebody we don't know.
Right.
This is our brother who we labor in the vineyard with.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So I want to first start off by just giving everybody a little background about who you are, where you came from, who your peoples
Sure.
be, who your wife is, who your
Oh
mama and
yeah.
them is. So let's start off with that.
All right. Well, just start from the beginning. I'm born and raised in North Carolina. So at the root of who I am, I'm a country Southern guy. I lived all of my young life in North Carolina. I joined the military, and that's how I was able to get out here in California
Right.
back in 2004. Met my wife and kind of settled down as far as my family life. But as far as music is concerned, man, I've been singing ever since I was a child. I come from a family full of singers, musicians, and so that was music was always, around me. So, yeah.
Okay.
And so when you came to the military, did you have plans on still singing or just, I'm going to live my military life and, go on from there?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Growing up where I grew up from a very rural area in North Carolina, so the country. Even though a lot of us we grew up in church and we sing, music is really not a career that's really driven into us. It wasn't until I got out here to California and I joined up with Eddie Bautrip and Fulfillment that I realized, oh, I can really have a career in music, and my name doesn't have to be in the on the playbill. It doesn't have to be in the big lights. I can have a successful career in music. So I would like, honestly, when I was in the military, I really wasn't thinking about staying in California. I really wasn't thinking about music. The gift was in me. The desire was always in me, but it wasn't driven home that I could really have a career in music until I really got out of the military and started doing other gigs and ministry opportunities outside of my church and being a part of Fulfillment. So
Right.
So I'm gonna ask a question. This 5 minutes of rumors. Rumors has it that when you grew up in North Carolina in the rural area, that you would go out and you would sing to the animals while you was just trying to get your vocal skills up. And if the rooster would crow one note, you would hit another note.
Right.
You
That
know,
was his audience.
I just want to know, is
Right.
that true?
well, I would say this. I could not stop singing as a child, and my parents would constantly have to tell me to be quiet because
Yes.
I don't care if I was outside playing. Because it's funny. I did grow up. I didn't grow up on a farm, but there was a farm right next door. The fields were right behind me. The cotton fields, the
Right.
cornfields.
Right.
It was all around me. So I did play in it, and you are right. I sung all the time, and But my parents really, I know I irritated them so much because I just would not shut up.
Well, it was in you. When something is in you, and I want parents that are listening to listen to this. When you have a
Yeah,
child or children who show some form of arts, whether it be drawing, whether it be dancing, whether it be singing, whether it be instruments, please get behind them because
absolutely,
God put that in them. It just didn't just happen out of nowhere.
absolutely.
Okay, so one of the things that I've noticed is that uh, uh, I met you singing with the voices fulfillment.
Hmm.
I could tell you the day that I actually met you. Do you remember the day I met you?
No, I don't.
Petco Park. Petco Park was the day that I officially met you when we had to
Oh,
sing at Petco Park.
okay,
and
okay.
and that's when I said you got out the car, and I said the beard was glistening. Um, and ever since then, I just loved your spirit, and how you've gone about things. So you're with fulfillment, but you're also doing other things and singing with other people, and
Yes.
you've become a part of another, kind of iconic movement of a group. Let's talk about who you're with and what you've been doing before you started the solo project.
So outside of fulfillment, because I've been with fulfillment since 2007. So outside of fulfillment, I have been doing different studio sessions with different people, and all of these opportunities came via connection with other musicians and singers. I'm also a part of a group called the A Squad, which has been around a little bit, but we kind of just made it official within the last 3 to 4 years via with through A Squad, I was able to get opportunities to sing with uh, Brent Jones, and Brent Jones opened up so many doors for me to do a lot of mainstream gigs. So you can hear me on Trolls 2 or was it Trolls World Tour. I was also a part of some opportunities with Childish Gambino, his latest album. Also, when he did his Coachella performance, we did all the background vocals for that. Even the movie Guava Island. He's opened up so many doors. That I've been able to do for some mainstream, situations. So yeah.
So rumor has it that did you get your SAG card with through all this?
I am officially a SAG member. I get a SAG check every quarter, and I thank the Lord for it.
Won't God do it? Won't God do it?
There-
So I'm gonna ask you this question because back in the day we would say, "Here come that pretty boy with the funny eyes." So in growing up, being what they would consider to be a pretty boy, how did you navigate
Light
all
skin.
of the assumptions of who you were?
you know, my early years, I had a difficult time because there is an assumption about light skinned guys who sing, all that kind of stuff. Um, I will say this: my parents made me feel confident in who I am. So I own every positive thing about me. I own every stereotypical negative thing that might come against me. It is who I am. I'm proud of who I am, and but I will give that to my parents. My parents really did a good job of telling me they loved me, of telling me, you know, I am, a good guy, all that kind of stuff. They really instilled that positive message into me or whatever. So it was easy for me when I became an adult just to navigate through life. People got this assumption about light skinned guys. There was one point when we were in, you know,
Right.
but I'm married now. I've been married for 13 years, so I don't even care about none of that other
Right.
stuff. So it don't even matter to me,
Well,
honestly.
my question
Yeah.
to you is who are some of your musical influences growing up? We all grow up and there's people that just stick out and we
Oh
say
yeah.
that I want to do what they do or want to be like them.
Okay. So this is an interesting question. The reason why I say that is because, I didn't start going to church until I was 11 or 12.
Really?
And yeah, we would go on and off, but on a consistent basis, it started when I was around 11 or 12. And from 11, and I'm 36 now, I've been going to church consistently. But my them early years are so important for a young artist.
Yes.
And a lot of my influences are actually mainstream artists. Um, I would say at the heart of who I am, if I always tell people, if Frank Sinatra and Sade were to have a vocal child, I'd be that artist, because that's who I listen to. The When I would hear Frank Sinatra, I want to make people feel the way he makes people
Oh,
feel.
he's amazing. One of the most amazing voices to come.
Yeah. But then when I got older, I'm not gonna, Donald Lawrence, he stuck out to me when I, became really heavy into gospel music. It was
Mm-hmm.
Donald Lawrence. Then it was Richard Smallwood.
Mm-hmm.
Their instrumentation, the way they wrote their music,
Mm-hmm.
I was in such awe listening to these guys. And their singers and their just everything about their presentation and their ministry for me stuck out. So if those are the four artists, two mainstream and two gospel artists that, you know, made me who I am today.
What a broad connection, because Sade is real smooth and
Hmm.
silky, and Frank Sinatra was the ones that you would see the videos and see cartoons where the women would pass out Frankie, they would pass out even in cartoons. So
Oh
that
yeah,
tells
oh
you the
yeah,
influence that his voice have, and it's funny because I remember my friend Micah Whitley, a wonderful producer, would say that singers shouldn't worry about the runs and stuff and the riffs. They should worry
oh yeah.
about tone and quality because the greatest singers didn't run. Anita
Right,
Baker, Natalie Cole, Gladys Knight, Celine Dion, Barbara
I,
Streisand. They didn't do runs and stuff.
right.
So
You're right.
I'm just gonna come. You know me. I'm gonna ask all the good questions. You know,
Oh yeah.
I love your style, and ever since I've seen you, you've always been very stylish. How is it being married to the daughter of the etiquette lady?
You. I'm gonna say this: they're like night and day. They're night and day in the sense of Mom in Love, Missy Lane Swan. She is on it all the time. Whereas my wife Sequoia, you can tell she was raised by the etiquette lady, but she's not on us like Elaine would be. It's but it's cool. There's a lot of things that Elaine put into my wife when raising her, and so when I met her, I was like, oh, that's wifey material. That's the one I want to spend the rest of my life with. But yeah, it's an amazing experience. I love Sequoia, and I love everything that she brings out of me. She is my rock. Outside of God, my wife is my rock.
Okay, I gotta do 5 minutes of rumors.
Oh Lord, here we go.
Here's the 5 minutes of rumors. First one. Is it true that your children wake you up and say, "Daddy, sing to us"?
Yeah. Actually, there was a period where my son, Clinton Jr., he's the singer of the kids. He's the one that's kind of fascinated with me. So, yeah, I would say, yeah, there is one that does that.
You
Okay.
got that rumor right.
And so one of the things about it is because I always look at you as a very structured person because not only
Oh, yeah.
you're an impeccable singer, I love the fact of how you're always prepared for any type of performance or ministry opportunity, but you also have a graphic design and marketing business. So
Yeah.
how is it to market yourself?
If I'm, it's hard because I'm such a perfectionist, and every time I do something, it can be 5 minutes later, it can be 15, 30 minutes, an hour later. I want to change it up because I feel like it can be that much better. So sometimes, and I know any artist, I know Robert Earl Dean, you can attest to this. Sometimes you could be your worst critic.
Yes, all the time.
When you're writing music, whether you're marketing yourself,
Mm-hmm.
advertising yourself,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes that perfectionist in me can kind of be my own worst enemy. So sometimes I have to get out of my way. Actually, sometimes I have to let my wife see it, or I give it to some of my mentors,
Right.
Sarah Baltrip, Eddie Baltrip, and let them see it and say, what is it that I need to change? What is it that I need to do? Because sometimes my opinions can be a little skewed only because I'm just that much of a perfectionist.
But I think it's a good thing for us artists, and I think it's a bad thing. You know, one thing that we artists, artistic people have to realize is that there's not a such thing as perfection.
Right.
That that's
I,
that's 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 something that's been a myth all our lives.
Cause my mama said when I was born I was perfect.
Well, that's
oh yeah.
her. That's
Praise the
right.
Lord.
So that's a personal statement. You know, beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
No. God,
So,
when God made me, He broke the mold.
I mean, because the negative thing is the enemy will come in and will play with your mind that you're not good
Absolutely.
enough. Your voice is not like such and such. You don't do this like that person. And we have to be
Hmm.
very, very careful because the enemy has held a lot of us back from going forth years ago because we did not believe in ourselves and we allowed that voice in the people to
Absolutely.
hinder what God had
Yeah,
purposed for us already.
yeah. And the reason why I jumped in on that, Clinton, is because of the fact is that when God made each and every one of us, He made us a designer original.
Yes.
There's nobody else that can be Clinton. They can try to imitate or duplicate, but the one thing about it is that you have gone forth musically, boldly, unapologetically, and
Yeah.
because you've done that, people literally see what you see. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? When I heard your single, I was like, I'm gonna say it this way. I felt. I said this Negro did it, because honestly, you had talked about the Frank Sinatra and the smooth sound and everything like that. But when I actually heard the cut, I was like, yeah, and I was very, very proud of you because you didn't try to be anything
I
but your
agree.
authentic
I
self,
agree.
and that's
Absolutely.
what is going to, open so many doors for you on both sides of the
Yes.
spectrum.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
who would you want to perform with that you have not performed with, whether it's secular, gospel, whatever? Because good music is good music.
Okay. So this is a good question. So I'm gonna just stick with people who are living. If I could work with two people right now, I would definitely want to work with um, Richard Smallwood. I I feel like he can bring a level of instrumentation to my music uh, that I don't even know exists. I just feel like he's such an incredible
Yes, he is.
writer. Um, I feel like he could take what I already am to that next level. As far as other singers and artists are concerned, I don't know. Uh,
Whitney
I don't.
Houston was one of his favorite. Let's call
Oh,
Ace
yeah,
favorite.
listen, if I could go get her from the grave, I would. But there's this intimidation thing with her, man. You got to really be able to sing next to Whitney.
Right. Right.
It's one of those things. She's kind of, I don't know, I'll probably be shaking in my boots if I was in the studio with Whitney.
Right. But that's
You,
one of his favorite, y'all. I knew that.
you know, one of
Yeah,
the
she's the pinnacle of vocal excellence for me. Her, Natalie Cole, there's
Oh,
this,
don't you start. You know Natalie Cole was my all in all.
yeah,
oh, Jesus was your all in all.
Besides Jesus, because ain't gonna get deep and spooky
right.
today. Yeah.
Now, one of the things that I think that we should connect together would be is it uh, Sias? What's her first name again? It starts with a T. Um, oh Lord Jesus, Tashay, out of Texas. Her last name is
My
Sias.
friend Tashay Sias.
Yeah, okay, I thought it was right. To say Sias because I think musically their sound would be really, really good together.
Oh yeah, she's a voice teacher, and it's funny because Richard Smallwood is a Howard University graduate degree in music, and Roberta Flack was his childhood piano teacher.
Oh wow, really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're gonna do some hooking up
Yeah,
together.
Tashay is phenomenal.
Yeah, because the one thing about it, brother, is that we just family. You could have sung "Mary Had a Little Lamb." We would have played it on this station because uh, uh,
Well,
that's how.
it would have been produced well
Yeah,
because
it'd
Eddie
have been.
Baltrip
Yeah,
wouldn't have allowed it to go out without
yeah.
being.
But I think that everybody who's on your team and who's in your family is cheerleading for
I agree.
your success. And so, with this in mind, I want to first of all say thank you for allowing us to debut it. And then I want you to tell people how they can connect with you, not just musically, but also business wise. And
Yeah.
then I want you to, you have another question before
No, I was trying to think. I've covered
yeah.
pretty much everything. Okay,
Because
how
I didn't
did
want to
you?
get in trouble with him because, he'd be like, I got another question.
Right.
So
Okay, let me
Yeah.
ask you this. How did you get connected with Eddie Baltrip, and what have you learned from being in that entity? Because
Oh,
that's a gospel recording choir, and you didn't
yeah.
grow up in church like a lot of us did, singing in a choir.
So here, right out of the military. I don't know you guys if you guys remember Psalmist Hour.
Yeah.
Um, what happened was, long story short, Fulfillment came to Oceanside. They sung at this really big church. I had never heard these guys, but they were killing, and
Ambassadors.
that's when they were ministering, and I wanted to be a part of that. And so, Robert Earl, I don't know if you remember Michelle Mays.
Yeah, Michelle used to be in the Voices.
Yeah, so she's the reason, because she was the minister of music at the church I was at.
Right.
She's the direct connection that I got to Voices of Fulfillment. And so I went to one of their gigs. Then they performed at Psalmist Hour. I was there. They were amazing there as well. And so I'm one of the members that actually had the audition, because Eddie didn't know who I was.
Right, right.
So he run up the vocal scale and do everything. And so so you can hear my range. As far as growth is concerned, Eddie and Cedric, they taught me how to be an artist. Because everybody in Fulfillment can sing, but there's only a few that actually want to be artists outside of the group.
Correct.
So they taught me what it is to be an artist. I watched them, and so there were certain business things that they taught me as well. So appreciative of the opportunities, and I lean and glean on them so much because they've kind of been there and done that. Vocally, they not that I perfected my voice, I just learned so much.
Right.
The terminology of vocal, it was just so much that I learned just being a part of that group. So I encourage any young singer, if you're trying to grow vocally, Fulfillment is that place, only because they teach you more than just singing.
Yes.
They teach you how to minister. They teach you how to be an artist.
Yes.
Well, now I finally figured out who took my spot. In the
Lord
Voices.
Jesus.
They said some hotshot dude came in and auditioned,
Lord.
and I got bumped.
He came years after you got bumped.
So just tell the whole story, huh?
Oh no, I'm not telling nothing. That's your testimony.
Okay, praise the Lord.
That's your
I
testimony.
want to tell my side.
But tell it, praise Him.
You know what I'm saying?
It's Friday. I'm not letting you.
Yes.
Letting you
No, man.
come
We actually love having fun with you.
Yes.
I wish you got to come in and hang out with us. You know what I'm
Oh, yeah.
saying? So that they can see. Clinton's being a little reserved today, but Clinton got jokes, y'all. Don't even get it twisted. But Clinton, we're very proud of you.
Yes,
Can
we
you
are.
tell people how they can connect with you? And then let's introduce your song and let them hear the smooth stylings of Clinton Gorham.
Oh yeah. So honestly, you guys, I'm on social media. I'm big on social media. So Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Clinton Gorham. You can connect with me. That's all my music entities. As far as my business is concerned, Facebook and Instagram, the Gorham Agency, and my website, thegorhamagency.com, for any type of marketing, any type of branding. I am your guy. I'm not just going to create you something that looks good. I'm going to create you something that's going to function and that's going to market towards your target audience, bringing your dream into fruition.
All right.
Amen.
Woo, that was good.
That was good.
Yeah, I mean, that was a pitch and a half, huh?
Right.
All right, sir. So now we need you to pitch your song
the
and
name
make sure
and
that
everything.
everybody is going to buy it soon.
All right, you guys. You guys are listening to my single, You're the One, on GODRadio1.com.
Here we go.
Here we go.